welcome to Facebook Live. Well, actually, before that, this is Blazin ATM at your service, and aka Reverend Joseph James Holland, and welcome in because I'm the social media and YouTube legend and future First Ballot Hall of Famer. I'm saved, sanctified, Holy Ghost filled, fire baptized, staying safe, living right, doing God's will, and keeping heaven my home. And I want to welcome everybody, and somebody say everybody, I mean everybody, to this live stream on Facebook Live. Whether you're tuning in to the Facebook live stream, or whether you're going to be tuning in through the replay that goes on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok, I appreciate everybody for tuning in at this time. And to all the Facebook live chat that is in the building, I appreciate all you Facebook live chatters that are in the building. Let me know where you're all from and how old you all are. That way we can shout you out properly. And if this is your first time ever being in any of my live streams of anything, let me know ahead of time. That way we can welcome you with open arms. Now, this is Facebook Live with Blazin ATM episode 22. So we're on the 22nd episode of Facebook Live with Blazin ATM. And we do have a hot, and I mean a hot topic to talk about before we conclude this episode. I mean, it's going to be hot. So if you're all about hotness, and if you're all about action, you definitely want to stay tuned, because this topic, everybody is going to want to tune in for. But just a couple quick announcements real quickly. Tomorrow, the Talk of the Pontius Palace podcast episodes 207 and 208 will be on YouTube Live. So tomorrow, the Talk of Pontius Palace podcast episodes 207 and 208 will be on YouTube Live at Poncho Holland Vivo. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube page in order to receive live notifications and join the YouTube Live Nation chat. The NBA 2025-2026 playoffs are underway. Be sure to go to NBA.com to see what is happening. The WNBA schedule 2026 will be taking place next month, May 9th. So be sure to go to WNBA.com for the latest exclusives and to find out what the full season will be. And also, we want to let you all know that, Tyrone Fitzgerald recently passed away in Harlan County, Kentucky this past week. So they are having his funeral officially in Harlan, Kentucky. So tomorrow, they're having the wake for him at 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. and then the funeral at 12 p.m. Now, I will possibly be able to make the wake, but I won't be able to make the funeral, unfortunately. So I'll do my best to make the wake, but I cannot make the funeral, unfortunately. But for all those that are supporting Tyrone Fitzgerald, the late great Tyrone Fitzgerald, please go out to his funeral and support him, support his family, because the family is going to need y'all's prayers. And along with that, tomorrow, 3 of Harlan County, Kentucky singers will be singing. It's Shyla Blevins, Cody Howard, and Lacey Dennett. Shyla Blevins will be performing at 12 p.m., followed by Cody Howard at 1:30 p.m., and finally Lacey Dennett at 3 p.m. Now, Lacey, I just want to let you know ahead of time, baby girl, unfortunately, I won't be able to make your performance. I won't be able to make it because I have to work, unfortunately. But I won't be able to make Cody's performance either, unfortunately. So, Cody, I won't be able to make your performance either. But Shyla Blevins Riley, baby girl, just hear me out. I will be able to make your performance at 12 p.m. So, Shyla Blevins Riley, just in case you're watching and listening around the world, hear me out. I will be able to see you perform live in Harlan County, Kentucky tomorrow. So I'm coming to see you perform live tomorrow in Harlan County, Kentucky. But we do have 3 topics to talk about. The first one, we're going to get right to it, is Brock Lesnar's retirement. As we all know, Brock Lesnar has been a professional wrestler for 26 years overall. Started his career in OVW, and then debuted in WWE's main roster on March 18th, 2002. And ever since then, Brock Lesnar has done it all. Well, he just recently retired on April 19th of 2026 in his last match against Omar Fimon. Brock Lesnar's had an excellent career, regardless of whether you boo him or cheer him, regardless of whether you like him or don't like him. You gotta respect the man for all that he's done. Yes, he has been a part-timer for a long time, but he's done more in part-time than a lot of people have done in full-time overall positions. And to see what this man has accomplished and still did at a high-quality age, you got to show mad love and respect to him. Brock Lesnar, wherever you're at listening and watching around the world, we'd like to say thank you for your hard work and sacrifice. Thank you for being the tail kicker. And I mean that plainly, the tail kicker. I can't say the other word because I'm not a cusser. And even if I was, I wouldn't say it. But you are the tail kicker, that is. You don't care about being in the Hall of Fame, which you will be in the Hall of Fame someday. But you could give a crap about that. As long as you inflict pain and punishment, that's all that matters to you. As long as you smile about someone's pain and punishment, that's what matters to you. And you entertain people, that's what matters to you. In all your accomplishments, you are definitely one of the greatest of all time to do it. People can't talk and say that you didn't do anything because you did. And I'm telling you, he's one of the greatest combat athletes, one of the greatest to ever do what Brock Lesnar is. He is one of a kind. And there'll never be another Brock Lesnar like him. But in you passing the torch to Omar Fimon, that shows right there that you found the next big thing. That you found the next monster, the next beast. But now it's up to Omar Fimon to see what he does. Will he be able to carry that torch? Will he be able to fulfill his legacy? Will he be able to become a main star? If he can answer those questions, then he's got it made. And like Roman Reigns says, we'll have to wait and see what he does towards the summer of 2026. And if he's ready to step up, then he'll be ready to step up. And on that note, let's move on to our next topic. Now, before that, I'd just like to say here on Facebook Live with Blazin ATM, it's all about connecting and engaging and communicating with everybody. When you're a public figure and celebrity, let me show you this real quick. The Jehovah's Witness building. When you're a public figure and celebrity, a lot of us don't take the time enough to connect with our audience, to connect with our fans. But here I'm all about connecting with audience and connecting with my fans. I connect with all my fans and audience no matter what. A lot of public figures and celebrities won't take the time and won't give you the time of day to connect with you. But I will. Why? Because I'm all about opportunities. I'm all about love. Anytime you want a photo with me or an autograph, hey, I'm here. Anytime you want me to sign your autograph, I'm here. Autographs are free. Hugs are free. Love is free. Because I'm all about connecting with all fans and audience around the world. And a lot of public figures and celebrities, you have to pay them just to see them. But me, you can always see me for free, no matter what. Because my dependence and my trust is all upon God. The total dependence is on God. I got no choice but to depend on God. And on that note, there was a baptism in the ocean. And my mom showed me this clip last night, and I was like, what? I was like, I've seen it all now. Ladies and gentlemen, I've seen a lot of things in my life in the 33 years that I've lived. I've seen baptisms at hotels, baptisms at homes. I've seen baptisms in pools, baptisms in churches, baptisms in creeks, baptisms in lakes. But I've never ever seen a baptism in the ocean. And the people, and the person that was getting baptized, they all just about got thrown out off of the water. And I was like, I've done seen it all now. That's all I can do is just shake my head, honestly. And that's enough said on that one. We'll leave that one alone. Hold on a second, y'all. The Church of Christ. And that's going to be the future GFR building someday. Global Force Records Incorporated building someday. I proclaim it in the name of Jesus. But now there has been a topic that's been trending all over worldwide on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, and we have to talk about it. Let us for a few minutes talk about relationships and why nobody wants to be in a relationship anymore. I've seen a lot of clips from men and women both. From both. I've seen a lot of clips on women talk about their perspective on why relationships is hard. I've seen a lot of perspective on men's and why their relationships are hard. Well, I may get a lot of unfollows. I may get a lot of unlikes. I may get a lot of hatredism and criticism on this one. But we are going to say it anyway. I'll just say first of all, number one, the reason why that relationships don't work is because Jesus is not in the mix. I'm going to say right there again, Jesus is not in the mix in relationships. What does that mean? It means that Jesus is not into relationships. We put ourselves in relationships, and that goes for all of us at a time or two. At some point in time, we all have thought about ourselves instead of putting Jesus in a relationship and everything, in every decision and everything. That's a lot of reasons why relationships and marriages don't last and don't work out. The second thing is communication, trust, respect. We don't take the time to communicate, to trust, and respect one another. And that goes for everybody. And it's bad enough to see someone break up within months, let alone break up years after a relationship or a marriage. But we don't take time to communicate, trust, and respect one another anymore. Instead, we're all about sex. We're all about money. We're all about what you can do for me, what I can do for you. You're going to obey all of what I ask. And if you don't like it, then we're not just going to work out at all. Or you do what I say, or you got to fulfill all my needs. And I'm like this. We have to be equal, us men and women both. And I get it that all of us have boundaries. All of us have setbacks. All of us have boxes that we want to be checked. And all of us want that perfect fantasy relationship and perfect marriage. I get that. And I get for a lot of women that they've been in abusive relationships and toxic relationships, so they don't want those anymore. So that's why they have boxes and everything. And I get for us men that we have boxes that we want women to check and that we have boundaries. But it's coming to a point in time, and I mean this with all my heart, that it's going to come to a point in time where nobody is going to want to be in a relationship. And I mean that sincerely. Why? Because we all have too much demand. We all have too much complacency. We all have too much expectations to proceed. But yet nobody's asking, what do I have to do? Nobody's asking on, will they fulfill everything that I ask for? Nobody is willing to allow Jesus to come in the mix. Nobody's willing to communicate trust and respect no more. And that goes for everybody, including me too. This is hitting me too. We have to learn how to communicate trust and respect. And we definitely have to learn how to let Jesus in the mix and everything. But before that, let me show you all the Harlan County High School in Baxter, Kentucky. The baseball and softball field. And then followed by the parking lot. Look at that parking lot, y'all. That parking lot is neat right there. It sure is. I guarantee you, if you visit Harlan County High School in Baxter, Kentucky, you will not regret it at all. You won't regret it. I guarantee you won't regret it. Look at that paw print, y'all. That is a nice paw print. But nobody wants to put the work and the time in. And I mean that sincerely. Now, like I said, when it comes down to sex, a lot of people and everybody just about in the whole world wants sex. Now, I'm going to say this about that, because that is a touchy subject that hardly anybody wants to talk about online. The best way about that overall is that do it the godly way and wait until marriage. The reason why is because when you are in that marriage, you two can focus on each other. The man and the woman can. That way nobody else has to be in the mix. That way there are no distractions. And that way you can love each other like that. And I'm going to say this. A lot of people are not going to wait until marriage before sex. Let's just put it out there. And a lot of people will still never do that either. But for those of us that are willing to wait upon that, I've got much love and much respect for you on that overall. But we have to learn how to communicate, trust, and respect one another. Because it's coming to a point in time where I'm seeing these clips about women talking about men a lot and how men are hateful and men are evil and all that. And I see a lot of clips where men talk about women, about how they're nothing but sex objects and all that. It's coming to a point in time where nobody is going to want to be in a relationship, where nobody's going to want to date, because we expect boxes to be checked. We expect expectations. We expect for everybody else to do their part, but not for us to do our part. And I'll say this, and then I'll let you all go. Yes, you do take risk when you go on relationships. You do take risk when you ask somebody out. But know the red flags before they happen. Know the green flags before they happen. I am not the relationship and marriage expert, so don't say that at all, that I'm a relationship and marriage expert. Don't say that, oh, he said that this is okay, or oh, he said that that was not okay. No, and no again. I'm just giving you my perspective, and I'm just letting you know on what I believe. The best way to have relationships in marriages is to allow Jesus to be in the mix. That's the best way to be about it. And we know there's going to be a lot of couples and a lot of marriages that don't have Jesus in the mix. And that's what's said about sex. A lot of people's not going to wait upon marriage before they have sex. I'll say this about that. Just protect yourself. Make sure that you are good to go. And let's be honest, there's some things that Jesus can't fulfill, and that's our physical needs for us men and women both. Because our physical needs definitely have to be met when it comes to sex. But just overall, with communication, trust, and respect for one another. Not all men are bad, and not all women are bad. You just got to pick and see and find the connections right. If you don't find that connection right, you'll never find your connection. You'll never find your love. The Harlan High School football and baseball field. And Matt Clay in the building. Matt Clay, thank you for tuning into Facebook Live Chat. I appreciate you very much. I know I was going to talk about something else today, but with that subject, that topic being trending the past couple of weeks and month, I had to get up here and say something. We just have to know what we want officially. Like I said, not all men and not all women are bad. And I will say this. The reason why that we see a lot of lesbians, a lot of gays, a lot of bis, the reason why that we see a lot of that is because for men, sometimes they don't see or they can't find the right woman, or they can't find a woman at all. So that's why sometimes they have no choice but to go to men. And for women, sometimes they can't seek that validation with men, and they can't find the right man. So that's why a lot of them go to women. I'm a firm believer in this. I'll always believe that it's a man and a woman and a woman and a man. Not a woman and a woman and a man and a man. To me, it's a man and a woman and a woman and a man. Always. And it is Bible, of course. A man and a woman and a woman and a man. Not men and men, not women and women. But I just had to come up on here, the Facebook Live with Blazin ATM, episode 22. And like I said, it's just my perspective and my take on it. I know a lot of people have their opinions and have their thoughts on it. And I'll talk about more about this tomorrow on the Talk of Pontius Pals podcast, episode 207. But I just had to get upon here and say that because I know the topic's been trending a lot. And I know, you know me, if a topic is trending, I have to chime in on it. I have to tune in on it. But besides having God, Jesus, and the Holy Ghost in the mix in our relationship, in our marriages, let's just learn to communicate, trust, and respect one another. And like I said, if you know that you don't want to be in that toxic relationship or toxic marriage, don't do it. But where we're so used to being toxic, we want to stay in there. And some people want to get out of toxic relationship and marriages, but they can't get out because they're trapped. And I'll say this also, for us men and women, we want that godly relationship and marriage. We want the right relationship and the right marriage. But sometimes we're trapped to the point where we can't get out. And sometimes on that situation, we're used to being in toxic relationships. We're used to being told no, being told that we're rejected, to the point where we seek validation in other things. So that's why we have messed up lives, messed up relationships, messed up marriages. Now, to the marriages and relationships that are great, Great job, you all. Keep at it. But be sure to follow me on Facebook at my regular page and Joseph James Holland. Be sure to subscribe to my Facebook fan page and Poncho Blazin ATM, where you can only subscribe to me for just 99 cents. Follow and subscribe to me on YouTube at Poncho Holland Vivo in order to receive live notifications and join the YouTube Live Nation chat. Thank you. Be sure to also follow and subscribe to my mama, Prophetess Princess Holland, and Prophetess Princess Holland Vivo on YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. Be sure to subscribe to us at One Way Ministries and Global Force Records, GFR Incorporated, YouTube and Facebook pages. And also, finally, follow me on TikTok, OnlyFans, Instagram, and Google. Until then, keep blazing. Always have God in your life no matter what. And I will see you all tomorrow for the Talk of Pontius Palace podcast episodes 207 and 208. I'm signing out as of right now.